Hello and welcome to Speaking Opera. My name is Howard Hart and I'll be your host today in a two-part interview with Lucia Popp done at the Mayflower Hotel in New York City in February of 1981. I hope you enjoy it.
This record, which is, Dvorak, Prokofiev, Kodaly, and Janacek, what was the inspiration in the beginning for recording it? What made you...
I tell you what, my two grandmothers, because I'm sort of product and child of Middle Europe, and I have four different grandparents, and everybody does, so, obviously, but four different nationalities. My grandmother from the mother's side is Austrian, and grandfather was from Moravia, and from father's side was Romanian and Hungarian. Which means that I don't speak all of these languages, but I speak quite a bit. And we know the styles, we know that the folk tone, the folklore tone, and they are so beautiful. They are all folk songs set up by good composers. If you listen, it's amazing how much colors in a circle of 300 miles could be. This is something very strange for America. You get in the airplane in New York and you fly 7 hours and you get up and you still can speak English. Nothing changed. Let's try to do it in Europe. You passed I don't know how many cultures, how many languages, and how many styles. Especially in America, all these people are here also. As I told you, I never feel really strange. If you sit in Germany or in Austria, you think that you are one individual against a block of different speaking people, and then you have accent, and you are strange. This can't happen in America, because everybody is from somewhere, and everybody has a kind of accent. And therefore it's a sort of reserve home for everybody in the whole world, and I find this spirit is so wonderful, and it was also the reason why I chose the program for my first recital in Chicago, and I was not wrong, because I'm not a success.
The reviews were so incredible from both reviews that I read, and I'm curious, do you think that people feel, just listening to the songs, the emotion behind them without knowing the words? It's sort of what you were just talking about.
I'm sure that they know, because they are so different. The emotions are very, very simple. The songs are not very sophisticated. What is described in the songs is love and hate and farewell and joy or sunshine. Very basic feelings. They are very, very close to everybody, and therefore you don't really need to understand the words.
Mm-hmm. How is it to sing Pamina after all the years of your fame as the Queen of the Night?
I'm singing Pamina now since I would say 6 till 8 years, and I think it's I get younger. First I was my mother, now I'm the daughter. I think Pamina is much more rewarding because she's human. She's just a young girl, and she has her doubts and her jealousy and her desperation and love, and that's a lot to do. You can use your voice to somehow describe these feelings. In Queen of the Night, you just absolutely sort of fasten your seatbelts and go. Just lots of technique. It's wonderful if Queen of the Night has even the voice to express some sadness about her daughters disappearing or so. But I think no Queen of the Night think too much about that, because she's too busy with the coloratura. And therefore I find it's much nicer and much more relaxing to sing Pamina. Always, oh God, I'm happy. The second act, when I don't have to start, is the Hölle Rache, and I can just listen. I was in this amazing production, and I love to be back in New York in this special Chagall production, because it was me who was at the first Queen of the Night, in the opening night, and in the opening season of the new Met, and it was my very first appearing in America. And as I can remember, it was quite good success. I remember one quotation from New York Times review was "Pop on the top," which I loved very much. I really showed everybody in the whole world. But then I gave up with the Queen of the Night after a few years. You know, the voice became heavier, and when I had to think about singing, and I can't enjoy it just that I give up the part. This I have from my only and very good vocal voice teacher. She said, singing is basically an expression of joy. And if you start to fear something, you give up the part.
Who was your teacher?
She was a lady in Bratislava, in my hometown. She's Austrian. Her name is Ruszewska, which is very difficult to remember. But I think I was very fortunate. You know, the teaching to learning to sing is very much a question of a lot of trust. It's like to go to a big, heavy surgery. You know, you have to trust. You have to do everything what the teacher is telling you. And if you have bad luck and you don't find really the one which is good for your voice, could be for somebody else, could be good, that you are in trouble. I saw so many good voices ruined by bad teachers.
I'm curious, could I ask you, of all of the characters you've sung, is there one that you really feel close to as a person and as a woman that you can relate to?
Well, I felt very close to Sophie, but you know, one grows out of you can feel, it's one I love very much. It's Susanna in Marriage Figure.
It's wonderful.
I think this is a part, you know, there's everything there. And she should be, of course, young, because she's just getting married. But she's somehow ageless. She has everything in. But I like to sing the parts, and I love them all. In the moment I'm singing them, you know, then you give them up. And I liked Constanze also very much, but then I gave it up. And I'm sure there are so many nice parts that are still waiting for me. I don't know how far one goes. I'm singing a lot of, excuse me?
Is one of them the Marshall by any chance?
Oh, well, when I'm very depressed and feeling somehow sad, that I think, I would love to sing Marshall. And then the other day, you know, I looked out of the window and the sun is shining, and said, oh, no, not yet, a little bit later. Go for jogging, and I think.
I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Lucia Popp today. Please return for part 2. For more information, visit our website at speakingopera.com. Hello, welcome to Speaking Opera. My name is Howard Hart, and I'll be your host today in the second of a 2-part interview with Lucia Popp, done in New York City at the Mayflower Hotel on February 21st, 1981. Lucia Popp was singing Pamina in Mozart's Magic Flute at the Metropolitan Opera and was willing to do this interview with me at that time.
That was a sort of side step, you know what I mean. I was actually stepping in for somebody else, but on very short notice. And I learned it, I think, in a few days, sort of 5 or 6 days. And I went to London and talked to Mr. Almeida, because I was not very sure about my French. But he said it was okay. And the technique, you know, they can't help a lot. But I don't think I would ever sing Anita on stage. Well, I tried, but you know, it was very, very interesting work, and it was something that I never done before, sort of very dramatic, and I enjoyed tremendously, you know, everything. But I think I couldn't survive that, doing it every week.
I'd like to take that out occasionally and play it after one was into like Mozart, and then put on the final few minutes.
Oh yeah, this
it's
laughing, and
it's so
good,
intense.
very good piece. I think the Massenet has a kind of renaissance now. But you know, I'm doing my first Manon.
Where will you be seeing that?
This will be in Washington in 1983. Christina is actually not sidestep. Christina fits in my developing. I mean, I've changed. I don't know how you describe in English changing Fach. This, if you go from, what is the English word for Fach?
There isn't one. It's
There is
more.
not,
It's when you stay within a certain repertoire for a while.
I don't like to be somehow very put in a box, and written. This is now lyric, and this is coloratura, and this is soubrette, and so. But of course, by choosing your repertoire, you are sort of in one box with certain parts. And I was in my life already in 3 boxes. I started as a mezzo-soprano. Would you believe that?
No, I don't think anyone knows that. What roles were you doing?
No, I didn't have any roles, but everybody thought that because my voice was very somehow dark, and then I had very good low register. But then, from that, my voice teacher said, "No, this is nonsense. No mezzo-soprano. You have a very good top." And then I became coloratura.
Mezzo-soprano singing the Queen of the Night at first.
Well, of course, my middle range was not developed at that time. I was very young. I started to sing, and I sang all kind of parts like Blondje and Oscar and this sort of soubrette parts. Then came the heavier coloratura like Constanze and Queen of the Night for a while. And after a while I was singing, well, the middle range is now so, and I enjoyed so much the repertoire with lyric. All these parts like Susanna and Despina and Selina, they are without any high coloratura, but very nice middle range, very lyric parts. And I was long time staying there, Sophie, and etc. Now, as I'm getting older, and I think bored is not the right word. You are not getting bored, but you just are curious for something else, especially on the stage. And then I think, well, probably I could try now and try to go a little bit heavier repertoire, not too much, because there are certain restriction by the voice. You can't really break it. Don't worry, I will never sing Isolde or Salome. But I start to sing, for instance, my first Evchen in Meistersinger. I'm now just studying for Covent Garden, and in this fit the Christine. And of course we have to now talk about the recordings on stage. So many things it's misguiding for the public these days, but you can do so much on the recordings that you never would do on the stage.
Would you do Christina on stage?
Yeah, I would say, it is yes and no. I think some of this, especially the beginning, this very this conversation you can do, but they are quite heavy things with especially the end of the second act, and then the very end, which this end requires a little bit heavier voice. I could do it probably, but my taste is better than my voice in this kind. That's why I leave it only for recording.
You're recording Cunning Little Vixen.
Yes, this I could do on the stage, of course. I'm recording Cunning Little Vixen with Sir Charles Mackerras in Vienna, with Vienna Philharmonic, and in Czech. And this is the whole cast is Czech speaking, because I think it's very difficult for anybody else to record it in this special Moravian dialect, which is not really Czech. It's something in between Slovak and Czech, and it's very, it's divine.
This is what Janacek expected.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, his writing is in this dialect, in this Moravian. But naturally, it would be probably the end of this stream which I described with Christina, and I'm now recording Daphne this is all we are talking now. We planned for sort of 3-4 years, not just now, but probably try even a bit later, Arabella. This could be in.
Do you plan on doing more Lieder recitals or recording them?
I think Lieder singing is my great love, and I think it's very, very necessary to sing Lieder. It's like sort of kind of vocal hygiene to the voice. To paint it with very fine brush, not with like in the opera.
Mm-hmm.
You get in the opera you can get into bad habits, so, and everything is so blasé a little bit if you do a performance for 200 times that you don't. In Lieders, you should care about each word, and it's very healthy. I always find after giving a Lieder recital and working on Lieders a few weeks, I'm better on the stage, better vocally, just technically better. And I sing a lot of concerts. I love to sing a concert with orchestra. I'm just dividing now my work to sort of 1/3 opera, 1/3 concerts and recitals, and 1/3 recording. I'm so long in this business, I don't tell you how long, that I had a lot of theater. I love still theater, but now I think I want to leave something, because I want to go back and see how was it? How was this recording? And it's so, this is such a wonderful, it's a miracle that we can really conserve these things. Everything in life passes so quick, and you can't go back and take the record. I don't listen too often to my records, but sometimes when I listen by accident in radio, I think, my God, it was actually a very beautiful voice, sort of 10 years ago.
You should feel that way. It still is.
No, I don't feel. I really, many of my records are still packed quite with secret packages. I don't open them too much. For me, the work is finished when I do the record, and probably many years after I will go back.
I think it's healthy to look forward. It's nice to look back occasionally, but life seems so much more rewarding when you're working towards something and always improving, and hopefully improving. We all try, and you have improved those.
I have a very great. I'm a very happy person, because I always say I'm so well paid for my hobby, and I feel all my life is one holiday.
You really love and enjoy singing.
Yeah, very much, and I like to travel, and still, it's wonderful if you have the fan mail, and the people are writing so nice things, and writing that, for instance, last week I read a letter, I was almost crying. He said, I've traveled for your Zauberflöte over 1,000 miles from Atlanta, and but each mile it was worthwhile. And he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to signature. He didn't want to just say thank you. I think it's great, I'm very, very fortunate and blessed.
At the end of this interview, Lucia Popp said, "I am very fortunate and blessed." And I would like to end this interview today with, we are very fortunate and blessed to have known Lucia Popp. Thank you for listening to Speaking Opera. This was the second in a two-part interview with Lucia Popp, recorded on February 21st, 1981. Please visit our website at speakingopera.com for more information.